Welcome back, Fear Fiends, to the Chillergeist Horror League. We're diving deep into the shadowy, yet surprisingly sentimental, waters of the paranormal romance division. Our first bout is a battle of the beautiful and the beastly. In the blood-red corner, we have the eternally brooding, diamond-skinned vampire, Edward Cullen. And in the corpse-blue corner, the silent, amphibious, and surprisingly tender asset. After a passionate, yet brief, deliberation, the winner of this match, moving one step closer to ultimate glory, is Edward Cullen.
Affirmative, Dr. Subject Cullen's superior audience sustained engagement metric and franchise longevity coefficient provided a statistically undeniable advantage over subject assets' comparatively niche, though critically acclaimed, narrative resonance profile.
The night is still young, Fear Fiends, and so is the League. Our next pairing is a monumental clash of existential power. In the blood-red corner, the immortal, primordial embodiment of the vampire mythos, Count Dracula. And in the corpse-blue corner, the devastatingly charming, temporary human vessel for death itself, Joe Black. The tension is palpable, the allure undeniable, but only one can advance. The winner of this legendary match is Joe Black.
Indeed, Dr. While Subject Dracula possesses a significantly higher historical terror footprint, Subject Black's rank is correlated with an inherent power factor of an unquantifiable metaphysical entity, providing a statistical anomaly that transcends conventional narrative metrics.
Our third pairing is a wonderfully atmospheric tussle between the ghosts of the sea and the weary elegance of ancient blood. In the blood-red corner, the charmingly haunted spectre, Captain Daniel Gregg. And in the corpse-blue corner, the centuries-old, culture-obsessed vampire couple, Adam and Eve. Though both possess magnificent longevity, the victor, with a chilling nod to eternal style, is Adam and Eve.
Correct, Dr. The combined cultural longevity index and survival mechanism efficacy of the coupled unit, subjects Adam and Eve, proved mathematically superior to subject Gregg's solitary proximity-restricted spectral existence coefficient.
Two entities who blur the line between human affection and terrifying reality face off in our penultimate match. In the blood-red corner, the tragically murdered, intensely protective spirit, Sam Wheat. And in the corpse-blue corner, the ancient vampire trapped in a child's form, Eli. The stakes are high, the danger is real, but a clear victor emerges. The winner of this tight contest is Sam Wheat.
Affirmative. Subject Wheat's rank advantage, while minimal, is due to a marginally superior mainstream cultural saturation metric, providing an elevated recognition factor over Subject Eli's higher contained narrative intensity score.
For our final head-to-head of the paranormal romance division, we present a celestial to corporeal contradiction. In the blood-red corner, the philosophical, brain-eating, and evolving zombie, R. And in the corpse-blue corner, the stoic, emotionally awakening angel, Seth. From the depths of the undead to the heights of the heavenly, one must fall. And the winner is Seth.
Indeed, Dr. Subject Seth's designation as a higher-order, metaphysical observer, and subsequent voluntary, mortal transition event, is quantified with a greater, sacrificed romance utility score, compared to Subject R's incomplete evolutionary arc, from zombification.
We're taking a short break now, and after we will plunge into the ink-black depths of the top 10. Stay tuned. Starting us off at number 10, we have a figure of exquisite, chilling tragedy, the centuries-old vampire forever trapped in the guise of a pre-adolescent. Meet Eli. A creature whose existence is a perpetual balance between the need for blood and the need for loyalty. A fragile, yet terrifying, entity of eternal youth and ancient hunger.
Subject Eli's positioning reflects a highly effective, contained narrative scope with an unparalleled loyalty acquisition metric. However, this effectiveness is offset by a critically limited geographical influence radius and a high dependence on proximate caregiver factor. The entity functions optimally only within its carefully managed situational environment.
Sliding in at number 9, it's the ultimate spiritual guardian, the hero whose love transcends the mortal plane, Sam Wheat. Trapped between worlds by an injustice that still stings, Sam's presence is pure, protective affection wrapped in the unsettling reality of the spectral plane. He's the ghost who truly won our hearts.
Subject Wheat achieves this rank due to a statistically superior, emotional resonance metric, and a definitive, objective achievement success rate, avenging his death. The negative weighting is applied for a low, corporeal interaction score, requiring third-party mediation for communication, and a critically high, dependence on protagonist emotional state for manifesting physical force.
At number 8, we plunge into the water and the weirdness to find the mysterious, magnificent amphibious humanoid, the Asset. A creature of elemental power and silent grace, whose allure is primal and overwhelming. This is a romance that throws conventional definitions into the nearest tank.
Subject asset secures rank 8 via a high biological uniqueness factor, combined with an exemplary cross-species relationship success rate. He demonstrates superior environmental adaptability and minimal behavioral conflict index. The score is mildly depressed by the total lack of verbal communication index and reliance on an external habitat for sustained stability.
Rising from the masses of the shambling dead to claim number 7, it's the philosophical, brain-eating, yet rapidly evolving zombie, R. He represents the beautifully messy, hopeful side of horror, proving that even undeath cannot extinguish the spark of human connection. He's a romantic paradigm shift.
Subject R is recognized for a statistically significant evolutionary adaptation metric, demonstrating an unprecedented shift from hostile predator to committed partner. This high score is slightly moderated by a low initial cognitive functionality and the inherent social stigma penalty associated with the temporary consumption of human cerebral matter during the narrative's preliminary phases.
Taking the number 6 slot, we have the dashing, charming, yet perpetually spectral master of the seaside cottage, Captain Daniel Gregg. He's the classic romantic haunting, a ghost whose presence is one of both comfort and command. His eternal, sea-salted charm has earned him this coveted position.
Subject Gregg's placement is determined by a consistently high atmospheric presence rating and a strong charm-to-haunting ratio within his narrative environment. However, his rank is limited by a critically low mobility index. He is geographically bound to his domestic residence, resulting in a low intercontinental romantic viability score.
We hit the halfway point with a figure who redefined the modern paranormal love story, the eternally brooding, diamond-skinned vampire, Edward Cullen. He's an anomaly of immense power and intense self-control, a vampire who shines in the sun, capturing the hearts of millions of devoted victims. A true cultural phenomenon.
Subject Cullen maintains rank 5 due to superior, global franchise recognition metrics and an exceptional, teen demographic penetration score. His intrinsic, vampiric strength index is high. However, a significant deduction is applied for the solar sensitivity penalty, where exposure to direct sunlight results in a non-lethal, yet aesthetically compromising, prismatic epidermal effect.
At number 4, we have a magnificent package deal, the centuries-old, culture-obsessed, rock-and-roll vampire couple, Adam and Eve. These two represent the beautiful exhaustion of eternal existence, where love is the only sustenance greater than blood. They are the epitome of elegant, weary survival.
The coupled unit of subjects Adam and Eve achieves rank 4 due to a high, combined historical knowledge base, near-perfect couple dynamic score, and excellent resource management in societal decay. Their stable, dual-entity existence provides a buffer against existential depression metrics. The minor deduction is for reliance on third-party blood procurement logistics.
Holding a solid number 3, we have the original, the Titan, the primordial embodiment of all vampire dread, Count Dracula. He is the romantic monster from which all others stem, a figure of dark charisma, seductive menace, and endless nocturnal power. His influence is literally foundational.
Subject Dracula possesses an unquantifiable mythological origin factor and an objectively high primal fear association score, securing a top 3 rank. His intrinsic powers are top tier. However, his score is slightly attenuated by a low monogamous relationship success rate and a high narrative fluctuation penalty, given a vast number of non-canon subject incarnations across media.
The runner-up, at number 2, is the celestial being who made the ultimate sacrifice for love, Seth. A stoic angel who chose to surrender his dimensional integrity and immortality for the simple, fragile beauty of a mortal existence. His love story is one of breathtaking, existential scope.
Subject Seth ranks highly due to a superior, dimensional hierarchy origin and a statistically perfect moral purity baseline before his transition. His sacrifice to love conversion rate is quantified at 100%, indicating the maximum possible value transfer from the celestial to the mortal plane. This commitment to emotional yield provides a definitive rank separation.
And claiming the ultimate number 1 position, the ruler of the paranormal romance division, it is the devastatingly charming, temporary human vessel for death itself, Joe Black. He is the beginning, the middle, and the end of all things. When death falls in love, nothing else can possibly compare.
Subject Black commands the premier rank due to a non-negotiable, 100% inherent power factor, derived from his literal embodiment of the universal force of finality. This grants him absolute dominance over existential metrics. All other subjects on this list, regardless of their powers, are ultimately accountable to his primary function, making his romantic utility statistically unparalleled.